welcome to Lights on Court, the show where we break down your favorite made-for-TV movies one bottle at a time. I'm your host, Patrick Serrano, and today we are talking about Waking Up to Danger. Probably not the best thing to wake up to. Waking Up to Danger stars Donna Benedicto, Erin Boyes, and Hamza Fouad. On the show, we either pour it up, which means yes, or put a cork in it, which means no, thank you. So, what are we going to do to this movie? Put a cork in it. Now, if you haven't seen the movie and you want to avoid spoilers, you're going to want to go ahead and hit pause and come on back, because I'm going to do a quick little recap starting now.
The movie begins with a beautiful woman named Ariana, not Grande, having terrible nightmares. Flash to Ariana, whose marriage is on the rocks, rushing out of the house with her daughter Izzy. Ariana ignores her husband even though he is hot. She also ignores her mother, who is recently widowed. Ariana is kind of a dick. While distractedly working as a real estate agent, a person in black boots cuts her brakes. Cue a low-budget car accident scene here.
What the hell? Oh God, stop!
In the hospital, Ariana wakes up with no memory. She has been in a medically induced coma for 3 months and will have to go through physical therapy. Her rich husband and her BFF Jordan are by her side. They also have been having an affair. Jordan is the worst BFF ever and continues to try to seduce Rich. When he rejects her advances, she blackmails him and inserts herself in his life more by helping to care for Izzy and Ariana. Jordan is a little too attached to Izzy, who is not her child. The nightmares continue as Ariana gains mobility. When she injures herself doing laundry, Jordan lays down some judgmental parenting advice. It triggers a memory and Ariana questions all her relationships. Then she looks into the accident on her iPad and notices a search filter has been placed on her browser. Once removed, she sees stories about foul play and begins to suspect her husband Rich is involved. Ariana calls her mother with her concerns and asks if her mother can spend the night. Jordan isn't having any of that and drugs the mother with some lemon water, causing her to crash into some trash cans. This puts the mother into the hospital for the rest of the movie. When Ariana puts her foot down and takes back mothering duties, Jordan gets a gun and cries to Ariana. Jordan tries to spin the story that Rich tried to kill Ariana. Then she drugs Ariana and stages a grease fire. Jordan literally kicks Ariana when she is down. Then Jordan kidnaps Izzy to lure Rich to her. He is mildly concerned and then is shot twice. Izzy runs away and Jordan chases her. Ariana shows up and the women punch one another. The police come and save the day. The movie ends with Jordan laugh/crying in jail. And that is Waking Up to Danger.
So this Lifetime movie had amazing leads who are super attractive and POC actors, which we love, and a trope that is so classic Lifetime. It's like the losing your memory, getting amnesia trope, which happens in Lifetime a lot. A lot. But for some reason, this movie was just off for me. Like, the melodrama wasn't dramatic enough, and the tone was just a little bit too serious. Serious, but low budget. Like the car crash scene where they just threw ice at the windshield and Donna Benedicto's just like tossing her hair back and forth. I'm in a car accident. You know? Also, the mom just like falling asleep and running into trash cans. Like, what an anticlimactic car crash. I'd rather have the exploding car off a cliff thing. And then the best friend being behind it all. I feel like we've been there, done that. She's like in love with her husband or something. Who really knows what the motives were here? It was just like the worst best friend ever, literally kicking her best friend when she's down and taking advantage of her. And we don't like that. We don't like a best friend that's a bad best friend. We like the good, supportive best friend who dies in the second scene. The staged killing with a grease fire was interesting. Total waste of chicken, just throwing that whole chicken away and burning down she was pouring olive oil like it was gasoline, and I don't think that's how a grease fire works. I'm not 100% sure, but this isn't Little Fires Everywhere, okay? The director, Troy Scott, has a lot of TV movies under his belt as a second AD and, other roles, and is just starting to find his voice as a Lifetime movie go-to director. So, he'll get there eventually. He's so close, but just up the camp and, maybe stop taking yourself so seriously. It's just Lifetime. And now it is time for the Minority Report, the segment where we talk about representation in TV movies and why it matters. Like I said at the top, this movie had some good representation, with 2 of the lead actors being actors of color. You had Donna Benedicto as Ariana, Hamza Fouad as Rich, Linda Ko as Lucy, John Hua as newscaster, Yasmin Kelders as Isabel, Colin Nadan as ICU doctor, and Lucia Waters as Dr. Reynolds, our favorite Lifetime pop-renner. So yes, this movie had a lot of things going for it. It just wasn't hitting that sweet spot for me where I could give it a pour it up. I wouldn't recommend. There was one on earlier this weekend which was a similar idea that was better. Do I remember the title? Of course I don't. I watch too many Lifetime movies. But you can probably check it out in the schedule. I feel bad. I should look it up. It was called You're Not Safe Here. You're Not Safe Here was a better version of this. Very similar movies. Both had great leading actresses. So check that one over this. Why am I doing this movie? Because it got more hits on my blog. That's why. And, I'm not above that. Okay, I think that wraps it up for this week. You can follow me at Patrick McGill or the show at Lifetime Court. Don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, and like this video. You can check out our website, lifetimeuncourt.com, where we have full reviews, or I've been told that they're not reviews, they are recaps, which is fair. I'm just drinking wine and writing while I watch Lifetime movies, so not necessarily a review or a judgment, it is just what it is. And don't forget to donate to our Ko-fi page. Alright, that's it for this week. We'll see you next week. Bye!